level with, a playmaker like Waddle. Tight end position is still a concern for me.
Yeah.
Like Evan Ingram did not, he just was blah. It was the quietest 50-catch season anybody's ever had, right? Then I look at Kansas City, man, and everybody's all Kansas City. Mahomes is back. His statistically, he has slidden. He slidden. I don't even think that's a word.
He slid
every year since 2022 when he had 5,000 yards and 41 TDs. And I look at their wide receiving core. I mean, are you excited about? I don't know. I don't know who and when they're coming back, but I look at their Tyquan Thornton, Xavier Worthy, who's the top of coverage, but I think he's very limited. Rashee Rice, is he going to play? What's Travis Kelce anymore? Where is he at? And so I've got my concerns and question marks. I think the Los Angeles Chargers.
Old habits die hard.
But I think the Chargers get their 2 tackles back. But I still have question marks about weapons. And I have question marks about nut-cutting time in big games with Justin Herbert. So I like Denver to repeat. I probably like the Chargers number 2 and then Kansas City number 3.
All right, and we'll see if the Raiders can eventually creep into that conversation as well with Fernando Mendoza and when the reins get passed to him. We're doing division power rankings based on NFL.com, reacting to those. AFC North is number 4 on this list. Obviously, a lot of teams with a lot of intrigue there between the Bengals, the Steelers, and the Ravens.
Yeah, I look at the Ravens, bounce back year, Lamar. There's some question marks about Lamar right now. He's a guy that's always consistently been in that ranking in the top 10 players in the National Football League. Dropped down to 69 this year?
67 spots, Mark, from 2 to 69.
So there's some question marks there for him. New coaching staff, obviously new offensive coordinator in Declan Doyle. That'll be interesting to see how they operate. I still think they're a big physical team. I think they can lean into that. I love Vega Ioane, the guard from Penn State that they got. That dude on tape was just a mauler. And the comparison coming out of college, there was one guy they compared him to was Quentin Nelson. That's a pretty good comparable,
pretty good guy to be compared to.
So I love them. I think the Steelers are sneaky for me. The Steelers are a sneaky good team that nobody's really talking about, and a lot of that has to do with Aaron Rodgers. What kind of Aaron Rodgers are we going to get? But I love the Pittman acquisition in the offseason. I think they're sneaky. Cincinnati is going to put up numbers on offense, and then they're going to get their quarterback hit in the face, and their defense, the one great pass rusher they had, no longer plays there. That's kind of where I'm with them.
Yeah, with Joe Burrow, it's going to be more question marks, it feels like, unless he can finally start getting some help on the defensive side of the ball, and, of course, staying healthy. All right, we'll go to the lower half now, number 5, the AFC South. And I think traditionally when people think of the AFC South, they go, there's nothing there. Well, Jacksonville, there's something there. Houston, there's something there. Indy, there may be something there. There's definitely teams to talk about in this division.
Yeah, the South, obviously Houston will start there. That defense is at least the best defense in football. And, you talk about 2 rush ends that just absolutely destroy the pocket. You talk about linebackers that are sideline to sideline. Alshire is just a freak show. You got safeties that can play in the box, that have great range in the back end. You've got elite level cornerbacks. They are on tape. When I put them on tape, they give me diarrhea. They are the best defense I've watched in this league. And I live in Denver, where their defense is exceptional. But Houston's got the best defense. Jacksonville brings back, I think, every one of their defensive starters. Jacksonville is sneaky good, and Liam Cohen has done a great job of taking an offense, and he's one of those dudes that's a guru kind of, everybody thinks of him as a guru passing guy, but he's a great run game type of coordinator, and has really cleaned up the mechanics of Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence still has inconsistency issues within a game, where they'll put 2 really good drives together, and then he'll have a third drive or a third and fourth drive where it looks like he's never played football before. And he'll spin a ball 8 yards over somebody's head that's an easy completion. There's a couple of those inconsistencies that happen, but I love the Houston Texans defense, and it's got to be a bounce-back year for Stroud.
Yeah, C.J. Stroud is going to have a lot of pressure on him for sure. Jacksonville is in the conversation, and we'll see what Indy looks like with Daniel Jones coming back. All right, number 6 on this list is the NFC East, which I think is going to surprise people because based on primetime football games, them being ranked the 6th best division out of 8 is going to raise some questions.
Yeah, I mean, Philly, you got to go, obviously, 2 bookend offensive tackles that are great. Jalen Hurts, the Super Bowl MVP, Saquon Barkley. They did not, in my opinion, replace A.J. Brown. They don't have what I think of as truly X-wide receiver, guy that lines up and just dominates out there. So I don't know if Devontae Smith can be that guy. I think the Cowboys have a chance to win this division. As a matter of fact, I'll pick the Cowboys.
I love it.
3 first-round picks as an offensive line. The people don't think about them, but Guyton, Smith, and Booker, dominant players, really good players. Javonte Williams had a resurgence last year, and I think Dak is one of those guys that's just better than people think.
Okay. And what about your boys from Washington? Are they back in this conversation or not?
They've done a great job of bolstering that roster, but I gotta see Jaden Daniels. That guy is slight, and he was great his rookie year, but he puts himself in harm's way a ton.
He does.
And then new offensive coordinator in Blau. That I want to see what that looks like and how that offense operates.
Yeah,
so I got the Cowboys in that division.
Feels like a long time ago the Commanders played in that NFC title game, even though it wasn't all that long ago. Number 7 on this list is the AFC East, and of course the headline with this, 2 great teams in Buffalo and New England, and 2 absolute trash teams in Miami and the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Josh Allen, right? You've got a great run game. I think DJ Moore is a huge acquisition for the Buffalo Bills because they haven't been playing with that kind of number 1 go-to guy. And Moore is one of those guys that has production with anybody that he plays with. So I love that. I think you're going to get a drop-off from the New England Patriots. The Mike Vrabel stuff, that's a question. It's not a question until it is a question.
Right.
Until you start struggling. And so I think that's something that you're going to have to look at. The other thing just about them in general is I know they get A.J. Brown, the big-time receiver there, but there are some questions, some regression questions that I think are legitimate. I think they're 2 tight end sets. They were in 2 tight end sets about I don't know, that was the second biggest formation at about, I think it was close to 20 or 25%, somewhere in there. And they still have Hunter Henry, but you look at them right now, they don't they've got to figure that out because that was a big part of their deal. Who's the other cat they lost? I wrote that down somewhere, but that'll be interesting for the New England Patriots.
Yeah, it sounds like you've got the Bills in the AFC East and the Jets and Dolphins maybe on the march for Arch Manning. The final team in these division power rankings done by NFL.com.
Yeah. Austin Hooper, by the way.
Austin Hooper, that's what you're thinking of.
Thank
I
you.
said team, I meant division. Final division is one of your favorites, but number 8 on the list, the NFC South.
It followed quarterback trail. It's Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody believes in any other quarterback. I think you can make a compelling argument that Atlanta's the most talented team. But again, do you trust Penix? Do you trust Tua? And the answer is no. And so there's one guy that has legitimate quarterbacking skills that I think is a top-notch player, and that's Baker Mayfield. So I'll follow the quarterback trail. Exactly what I do. Hey, when we come back here on the Stinking Truth podcast, Will's going to ask me a question about quarterback rankings. You know I hate quarterbacks, so this should be interesting all across the Odyssey Radio Network.
Buddies, made fresh daily from real ingredients by real people. Come try our original old school pizza, or our freshly made chicken tenders, or world famous antipasto salad with our homemade vinaigrette. Come visit any of our 19 locations or order online at buddies.com.
Hi, Harry Lance for Capital Mortgage Funding. In this tight housing market, you need to have the most experienced mortgage bankers on your team. So when you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance your existing home, you need to call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our knowledgeable staff with over 30 years experience serving hundreds of thousands of families and saving millions of dollars work for you. Why would you go anywhere else? That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker.
Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by CMG Home Loans. Harry Glantz, Michigan Area Sales Manager. NMLS number 61034. Equal housing lender.
Relax and let Kroger Delivery handle your grocery shopping this week. We start with only the freshest items. Then carefully pack your order in our refrigerated trucks. And our cool trucks keep your food fresh right to your door. Fresh groceries your way with Kroger Delivery. And right now, you can save $20 on your first delivery order. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Your backyard should be your favorite place to be. For more than 25 years, Beninati Pools and Spa has helped families across Southeast Michigan create beautiful outdoor spaces designed for relaxing, entertaining, and making memories that last a lifetime. Whether you're dreaming of a custom in-ground pool, a premium saltwater hot tub, a swim spa, or a sauna, you'll find quality products backed by something that's hard to find today. Exceptional service. Our nationally recognized award-winning team is with you every step of the way. From design and installation to water care, maintenance, and ongoing support, we're committed to making sure you enjoy your investment for years to come. With more than 300 5-star reviews, it's easy to see why families choose Beninati Pools and Spa. Visit Beninati Pools and Spa in Utica or Clinton Township and discover why more families across Southeast Michigan trust us to create the backyard they've always wanted. Learn more at BeninatiPools.com. Beninati Pools and Spa. Wellness delivered.
We make predictions every single day about politics, pop culture, the economy, and the biggest stories making headlines. Kalshi, America's #1 predictions market platform, lets you trade those predictions in a live market. Right now, Livy Dunn and Paul Skeens are trading at 14% to get engaged this year. Meaning, a $100 trade pays out over $498 if Paul Skeens pops the question this year and Livy Dunn says yes. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code MARK971 to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi. Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 and over only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
Well, the travel baseball season has officially kicked off. And they weren't kidding about the travel part. I've booked 4 hotels in 4 states, and they haven't even played a game yet. My car is basically a rolling locker room now. That's why I love Brightside Dental. They're great with my kids and their flexible hours, including weeknights and weekends, to fit our crazy schedule. The care they need when they're available. All right, kids, back in the car.
Brightside Dental. No judgment, just care. Call 1-800-PAINLESS or visit BrightsideDental.com.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at StraightTalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
If you own a small business, the pressure never lets up. Something's always coming at you. That's why business owners turn to LendSeek for funding.
I don't need promises. I need options. LendSeek's AI platform showed me real funding choices. Now I can cover payroll, handle taxes, and go after growth opportunities without the daily stress.
Up to $5 million with funding in as fast as 24 hours. No upfront costs. No prepayment penalties. Start ready, stay ready. LendSeek.com. LendSeek.com.
Tossing all night? Waking up sore? You don't need therapy. You need Deal Therapy at ABC Warehouse. Save up to 80% on the mattress you deserve. ABC Warehouse, the closest thing to wholesale.
Hey, welcome back to the Stinky Truth Podcast alongside Will Peterson. I am Mark Schler. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day all across the Odyssey Radio Network. You can find us on YouTube as well at Mark Schler, or excuse me, at Stinkin' Truth on YouTube, and you can download us Apple or Spotify. Okay, Will, I know you had this. I knew you were a guy that loves these quarterback rankings this time of year. So give it to me. Tell me about it.
Yeah, ESPN comes out with their top 10 list based on polls of league executives, scouts, coaches, and every position catches your attention. But we know quarterbacks is going to drive the conversation. Let me give you how they rank them. Again, poll of folks across the league. Josh Allen is 1, Patrick Mahomes is 2. Matthew Stafford from the Rams, of course, 3. Joe Burrow at 4. Lamar Jackson at 5. Dak Prescott checks in at number 6. Justin Herbert at 7. Drake May at 8. Jared Goff at 9 with the Lions. And then Caleb Williams cracks this list, makes the top 10. Slew of honorable mentions, a couple guys receiving votes as well. We're going to go through your top 10 list as well. What's your gut reaction to those 10 guys I just rattled off to you?
Well, yeah, like my gut reaction is I don't have a ton of issue, especially when you talk about the first 6 guys. Like when you talk about Josh Allen, I mean, come on, that dude is Superman. And obviously he's got the body to take the beating, but that dude, the transformation from a run it first type of guy to eat you from the pocket and only run when necessary in the red zone, that dude is a phenomenal player and deserves to be in that top 4 or 5 guys. Like, I don't have a problem. These first 4, Mahomes, it'll be interesting exactly how he responds to that off that ACL injury. So that'll be interesting. But I don't have a problem with that. Matthew Stafford, I might move Matthew Stafford up. He was the MVP. Unbelievable in the pocket. Unbelievable getting through progressions from 1, 2, 3 to 4. An unreal feel for where everybody is in space. And so you always see that, like, where he's looking over to his left, and all of a sudden the arm comes out and he just slings it to the right. You know,
he's a magician for
the
sure.
Dude is the no-look pass. He's the king of the no-look pass. Mahomes is right there with him, but he's phenomenal. I think when it comes to processing, there isn't anybody. There's maybe he might be number 1. I think there's one dude that's close that didn't make the top 10 list when it comes to just processing and getting through a progression. Joe Burrow, I don't have a problem with him being number 4. He might move up to my number 1 guy. But again, you got to produce in the offseason as well, or excuse me, in the postseason as well, not the offseason. Lamar Jackson, I don't have an issue with that. And I don't have an issue. I think a lot of people take umbrage with Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's, like, to me, he's incredible. He's a really, really outstanding processor information, getting the ball to the right guy. I think he's outstanding. So the first 6, I don't have an issue.
You're good with, but let's go to the bottom 4 on this list. It created a lot of conversation. I think the 2024 draft class is where a lot of people's minds go. You have 2 of them make it in Drake May and Caleb Williams. You've got Jaden Daniels as an honorable mention. You've got Bo Nix also receiving votes. What did you make of Drake at 8 and Caleb at 10? Were they both worthy of being in the top 10?
No, I did enough New England games this last year to where I'm talking to Josh McDaniels, their offensive coordinator, and I'm like, hey man, I'm just studying the film. Like, I'm just looking at what I'm looking at, and I obviously don't have all the answers. I haven't called plays, but I kind of know what all the concepts are, right? I can see what the concepts are. And when I watch Drake May, he was this is the first half plus of the season.
Okay.
He is a read the front side. If the front side 1 to 2 isn't open, take off. Go make a play with your feet. And when I talked to Josh McDaniels about this, I was like, hey man, this is what I've noticed. Am I on point? Am I wrong? Like I don't want to be wrong on the broadcast, right? So am I not seeing something that maybe you're coaching? And he's like, no, you're 100% correct. It's 1 to 2 to take off. I'm trying to get him now to 1 to 2. Instead of taking off, dump it. 1 to 2 to check down. 1 to 2 to check. Not 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 check down. 1 to 2 check down. That's what we're trying to get to. Now, he played and he was number 2 in the MVP voting, especially early in the year, because he got a lot of one-on-one opportunities, and man, he threw dime pieces. He got a lot of one-on-one opportunities deep, and he threw some dime pieces. Good for him. But when it comes to just pure quarterbacking, like, he's got a ways to go to be at the level that we talked about with Matthew Stafford, with, and listen, this is not a slight on Drake May. He's just got a ways to go. So to have him in the top 10, I understand he had the MVP voting, but when you're talking about Super Bowl MVPs and Jalen Hurts and Super Bowl MVPs and Sam Darnold, and you're talking about guys who have been to multiple Super Bowls and Brock Purdy and some of these other guys that didn't get on this list, he does not belong in the top 10.
Okay, interesting. And some of those honorable mentions were Sam Darnold, Jaden Daniels, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Baker Mayfield, Trevor Lawrence, and Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
A couple of those guys you mentioned. Before we get to your top 10, quick thought on Caleb Williams, too.
Yeah, I was just going to say, so from Caleb Williams' standpoint, like, there is, I got a lot of pushback, especially from Chicago people, when I said he's not even good yet. Like, he's not a good quarterback. He's a freaking dynamic athlete. When it comes to playmaking, he's got it in spades. The guy just is he's unreal. His athleticism, his ability to manipulate the pocket, to extend the play, and then his ability just to off balance, out of kilter, somebody in his face, throwing just a dime piece down the football field is unreal. But again, that's great playmaking ability, but that's not consistent quarterback. Yeah. And I think you got a clue when Ben Johnson came out. I think it was after the season. I'm going to paraphrase. He goes, "On our offense, you should be completing about 70% of your passes." And Caleb Williams completed 58% of his passes. That's a direct, like I'm not going to say a shot, but that's a finger pointing to your quarterback. You have got to be on time. You have got to be special. Now, a lot of Chicago fans push back on me because somebody created